This program is made possible in part by a production grant from Phillips Buick GMC.
Want to save money servicing your vehicle? Visit Phillips Buick GMC, your Buick GMC certified service dealer. For oil changes, tire repairs, or maintenance, you get more than fast, reliable service. You get fair pricing and quality work done the first time by factory-trained technicians you can trust. And with 48 service bays, no appointments are necessary. Phillips Buick GMC, your Buick GMC certified service dealer, just south of the Villages.
Welcome to the Leesburg High School Sports Buzz. I'm your host, Ashley Hunt. I'm here with the head coach of the Yellow Jackets, Coach Randy Travers. Coach, how you doing?
Doing great, Ash. Good to be here.
Yep. Well, we came off of a disappointing loss last week. University High School of Fort Lauderdale. Leesburg lost 42-3. University comes in as a pretty highly touted, nationally recognized team. I think that they're ranked first in their particular division in the state, and there was even a national ranking. I'm not sure who puts together those things and how accurate they are, but they were even a nationally recognized team. So you guys get a chance to step up against some competition of the level that you probably haven't seen this year.
Oh, sure. Well, you always want to, as an athlete and as a team, as a coach, you want to challenge yourself against the very best. We had an opportunity to do that last week, and that team is, as you mentioned, not only top-ranked team in the state of Florida, but one of the top teams in the country. And you're talking about just some supreme athletic talent at every position, a lot of Division 1A scholarship football players on that team. And but we felt going into the game, if we played our best, that we were going to go out there and compete and go out there and try to win the football game. We didn't play our best, and of course, when you play a team that's that talented and that good, they're going to take advantage of some of your errors and mistakes, and of course, the outcome wasn't what we had hoped for.
Well, it was certainly a long way for Fort Lauderdale to travel to the game. I know the game ended up getting started a little late due to some travel difficulties that they had, the University High School had. How did you guys end up getting them on the schedule? It doesn't seem like a very logical fit to have somebody from Fort Lauderdale on your schedule.
Yeah, we had originally we started a two-year schedule with our schools every year. Every 2 years the state redistricts, and so 2 years ago we had a schedule set, and South Sumter was our opponent for that particular week 7. Unfortunately for South Sumter, and it was a great, I think, a great game for us to play every year, and we ended up beating them in a close game last year, 13-7. But they had to redistrict due to a new school that came into their district, and every school in that district had to drop a game. Unfortunately, it had to be the Leesburg-South Sumter game, which was, I think, is a heck of a rivalry and two good competitive programs, and so we had to find a game, and there weren't many people that had an open or bye week there in the middle of a 2-year deal, because everybody's pretty much set in their schedule. So it worked out that we played University, and it was that or maybe not play a game at all, which certainly you don't want to have a 9-game schedule if you can help that, and we were hopeful to give it a better shot, but unfortunately it didn't work out for us.
Well, University gets out of the gate pretty quick and ends up putting up a couple of big touchdowns. I think they were up 14-0 with about 6 minutes left or 6 minutes into the first quarter. But there were a couple of possessions there, one of which we were able to come away with a score on that I considered to be pivotal possessions in the first quarter. I know there was the first, I think it was maybe our second possession offensively. Falconer's moving the ball, or Leesburg is moving the ball downfield past the Falconer, ended up on a fumble after a big third down catch. Where just when it felt like we were starting to gain a little momentum, we shot ourselves in the foot. And then there was a second drive, and that was really the drive. One of the better drives Leesburg had all game. It was a methodical drive down the field. It was nearly an 80-yard drive. I think at one point there was a nice run by Benton. Falconer had a huge catch in that drive. Bennett had a huge catch in that drive. And then there was a fourth down pickup actually by Mitchum. And just when it looked like we were starting to gain that momentum back, we get the ball and we take it down to about the 5-yard line of University. Looks like we're going to punch the ball in. There was a 3rd and short play, and then the bad luck hit us, and we end up with a false start penalty, end up moving the ball back and having to settle for a field goal.
Yeah, and that was, you mentioned that drive. It was a very good drive for us, and really, you know, in any game, there's about 7 or 8 pivotal football plays that really turn the tide of the game, and they're so good. University's so good that I don't know that had 7 or 8 plays, made us a winner in that game, but certainly a big difference. And you said early on we had an early turnover in our second drive, which was costly in our own territory, where we were actually moving and doing some pretty good things. And then we had a few just missed opportunities, some interceptions that were right there that we could have had. And then we had a couple of big plays in the second quarter where we had receivers open. And we just couldn't convert, whether it was due to a sack or just a throw just over the outstretched hands, that type thing. But if you change a couple of those plays there, then it's a really tight ball game there at the end of the half, and then who knows from there. But that drive that you did mention was a very, very strong drive for us. We just wish we could have converted 6 points and perhaps 7 points with the PAT as opposed to the 3 points.
I know that you guys weren't happy to come away with the 3 points, but there were some, like I said, some promising moments playing a very high caliber team showing. I know we have some highlights from that particular drive, but both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, there's a nice play early on in the first quarter. Our defense doing a great job of forcing the bounce and running to the football. Host of Jackets there on the tackle. And there's a nice play there. You got Jordan Tucker, Devontae Williams, and the crew there. This is, as you mentioned, Lee Bennett making a very nice play on a screen pass from Andre Mitchum. And Lee played a very, very strong game. And then there's Andre there on a nice quarterback run, nifty run there. Another pass. There's the second quarter to Lee Bennett. This is in the middle of that. The long drive that you mentioned, the long methodical drive that we had, which had a lot of nice plays in it. And this was of course, the James Eldridge field goal right there. And he's done a great job this year. He's actually two of two on his field goal attempts. And I think he's 23 of 24, 25 on his PATs. So he's been outstanding with his kicking this year.
So University gets the ball back. They're able to punch it in for another score. And we end up going into halftime down 21-3. Actually, just before the half, you guys came out in somewhat of a unique spread formation, and it looked like you were going to be able to get the ball moving. A couple big plays here and there, but unfortunately, we're called back on penalties. So you go into the half down 21-3.
Yeah, and again, I would just a couple of plays been a little different there in that first half. Maybe it's a 21-7 or perhaps even a 21-14 half, which is much more manageable, of course. And when you have to chase a lead with a team like that, and they get the ball in the second half, 21-3, it just changes the whole face of the game. So, had it been a 21-7, a 2-touchdown game in the half, or like I said, a 1-touchdown game, then it's a different way that you approach the halftime and trying to get back into it. So, unfortunately, we couldn't get those scores there.
So, University gets the ball to start the second half. Eldridge comes out with a great kickoff, great pursuit by the Jackets, and we're able to pin University back on the 1-yard line.
Yeah, the opening kickoff, as I said, James Eldridge has done a great job all year long with his PATs and field goals, but also his kickoffs have been fantastic. He's almost, I would say 75% of his kicks have been touchbacks in the end zone. You see right there, he put that one on the goal line, and our coverage unit did a great job of getting down there and getting the stop inside the 5-yard line.
And then unfortunately on that drive, you see it there where ultimately University was able to drive the ball downfield. Actually, I believe that was Desmond Blue that had a chance to pick the ball off there in the end zone. Dimitri Blue, sorry. And I've had a chance to interview him on the radio, and he was certainly a great guy to talk to. But he, we weren't able to stop him. They get another score. Leesburg's down 35-3. with about halfway through the third quarter. Leesburg comes out and actually is to stop. I take that back. Leesburg comes out and University is actually able to stop the Jackets. There was a fumble, I think, on that drive that the other team University tried to scoop and score on, and they actually ended up turning the ball back over to us. So we get it, we punt it away, and a mental error by University results in the Jackets getting the ball back with decent field position. I think it was on the University 40 or so yard line.
Yeah, we were able to do a good job, as you see, Jermaine Gadsden and Jeremy Jones there hustling down the field to, get down there to make a play. And the thing I'm real proud of our guys is the way that they, their effort and the way that they fight. And despite that the score not being in our favor and things not going the way we felt like they could have gone had we played a little bit better early on in the game, our guys did not take a step backwards. They continued to fight and play as hard as they possibly could.
So in the ensuing possession, University is able to get a fairly quick score to bring the score to 42-3 with about 5 minutes remaining in the third. Ultimately, nobody's able to score. There were a lot of great offense and a lot of great defense in the fourth quarter, but nobody was able to punch the ball in. And I believe we have some highlights from the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this is Brian Benton here on a carry, nifty outside run there, and Brian's done a great job for us all year carrying the football. Converted from defensive back where he played corner a year ago and started for us, and now he's doing a great job as a running back. And there you see Andre Mitchum with another nice run, and Andre has been a 3-year starter for us at quarterback, and this year he's probably run the balls as good as he's run it in his career. He's been real effective at carrying the football. There you see him hitting Adrian Falconer on a nice pass there, and Adrian's done a nice job as a young sophomore receiver of really making plays for us all year long. Here's Andre to Lee Bennett. And Lee is kind of the jack of all trades for us. Kind of does a little bit of everything, plays every position, plays running back, plays tight end, plays receiver, plays quarterback, does a little bit of everything. And Lee played really well versus University. There's Jermaine Gadsden and the crew on defense doing a good job to string out that play. There's Christian Williams, young sophomore player that was making that tackle behind the line of scrimmage there. So, it wasn't the score that we had hoped for. Certainly not the result. But as I said, the positive thing is our players. They played as hard as they possibly could, and not for 1 second or one step or one play did the guys back down or give up. They played hard all the way to the end.
All right, Coach, we brought a few players here with you today. I'm going to go ahead and interview them really quickly. I believe it's Jermaine Gadsden, Zach Farmer, Chris Smith, and Adriel Hansborough. They're all going to sit down and chat with me for a minute, and then I'm going to come back with you in a few minutes and get your thoughts on this week's opponent, Evans High School.
Yeah, well, look forward to hearing these guys, all these seniors here today to do their thing on the show.
All right, we're back with Adriel Hansborough, number 56, the right tackle for the Jackets. Adrian, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good today.
Actually, Adriel, not Adrian.
Yeah, Adriel.
And you're a tackle for the Jackets?
Right tackle.
Senior?
Senior.
And what do you like about playing tackle?
Well, our offensive line is like, we've been playing together for 2 years, so we like brothers, so it's just a good bond, and we play together. I see us as the hardest workers on the team, the offensive line group. So we carry the team. Well,
I know all those pretty boys that have come in here on the show. You guys, today we're going to have several other offensive linemen that don't necessarily get the notoriety that the guys that are scoring the touchdowns get, but I know that all of the other guys that have come in, Benton and Mitchum and the other players that have had a chance to come in and speak with us, they sing high praises of you guys and say that you guys are some of the hardest working linemen out there, and that without you guys it wouldn't be possible. So you like getting in there and getting down and dirty.
Yeah, I like getting dirty.
And I know you guys had a chance this past summer, I believe, to go to a camp.
Yes, we went to 2 camps actually, the UCF lineman camp and USF lineman camp, and I personally like the USF lineman camp because it taught us more about the pass game, and we need a lot of work on that because we used to get whooped a little bit last year.
Gotcha.
So,
but you were able to go there, get coached up, maybe learn some new techniques,
Yep.
see how some of the other teams do it. You're, like we said before, you're a senior this year.
Yep.
And you've played varsity football for how long?
2 years.
2 years. And so have you been a 2-year starter?
Yes, I have.
Always been at right tackle?
Always.
And any memorable moments over the past couple of years playing football for the Jackets?
The best memories was, I think last year we had a couple of 250-yard rushing games, and it's when you get 250 yards, you don't see that a lot. So our offensive line coach, he's supposed to buy some Big Macs if we get over 200 yards rushing, but I'm still waiting on mine. So
you're calling them out across Lake
I'm
County.
calling them out across Lake County.
The whole county knows the
Yep.
coach didn't make good on his.
I want my Big Mac.
You're a smart man. That's the way to put pressure on him to get that Big Mac back. And you had mentioned before as well that as an offensive lineman, there aren't many stat lines that you can keep besides mistakes.
Yep.
But the pancake, you said that's what you
pancakes.
take pride in.
Yep.
How many do you have this year?
I got 9 to 10 pancakes. Proud owner.
Proud owner of 9 to 10. And
Yep.
do you guys receive anything special when you get a pancake block?
We receive jacket stickers on our helmets for good things we do, like win stickers, and we get them for pancakes, no sacks. I think it's over 100 yards rushing, and no penalties, no turnovers, stuff like that.
And for the audience out there, some of them may not know what a pancake block is, and so we're maybe speaking above their head. Exactly what is a pancake block?
Pancake is when you physically punish someone through the ground. You put them on their back, so to say.
So as a lineman, that's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, that's as good as it gets. It's a proud moment.
And I'm sure you on each one of those pancake blocks, you had coach rewind the film a couple times so you can see it. Well, this week is senior week, or for final game, and I know there's probably a lot of emotions and memories running through your head, and there certainly will be whenever you get ready to take the field. Do you have any family that's going to come out and support you?
My parents, I think my brother's coming down from Georgia. A lot of my church is coming to support me. Everybody in the community, I like everybody to be out there, make it a special night for us.
And I know that you're a pretty good student as well. You had mentioned before that you're taking some classes out at the college. Can you kind of explain that?
It's the dual enrollment program, and it gives you a chance to, while you're taking classes at the high school, to take classes at the college as well, so you could start working on your AA degree while you're still in high school. So when you graduate, you could be partially done with your AA degree.
So you've already got some college credit.
Yes, I do.
Have you made a decision where you're going to attend college next year?
Not yet.
A couple of prospects, though. Looks like you were thinking about a few things there, so. Well, that's a good deal. Adriel, I appreciate you having you on the show. It's great to see you doing so well both on the field and off the field. You know, it's great to see the kids that are taking the step to earn college credits before it's even come time to take college classes. And so I know Coach is proud of you. He speaks very highly of the offensive line every week, and it's great to put a face with the name. We look forward to you guys going off this week for our senior week, not University High School, but Evans High School. University was last week, but we look forward to that and go out and get a victory for us, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks. All right, we're back with Chris Smith, star lineman for the Yellow Jackets. Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
And you're also a captain as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
And how does that work? Were you voted as captain?
I was the first captain voted back in December. Yeah.
So you guys, the team gets together back as soon as the following year's season, the prior year's season is over. They sit down and vote, and so you're voted in by your teammates.
Yeah, I was voting my peers.
That's got to be a pretty high honor.
Oh yes, sir.
And as a captain this year, you guys are going into senior week, which is obviously a big deal. You have anybody that's going to come out and watch you?
My grandmother, my mom.
What are their names?
My mom, Rachel Harris. My grandma, Christine Harris, and my girlfriend, Sarah Smith.
And your girlfriend. And you said that we were chatting. I was joking with you before because you are a lineman, and I wasn't sure. You know, we've had some of the other players on that play the skill positions, and I asked them if they had dates. They didn't have dates, and lo and behold, we've got several linemen here, and you guys all had dates for the homecoming dance. So I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
And you went to the dance.
Yes, I did.
Did you have a pretty good time?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
You know, this year as a senior, homecoming, the parade, all the festivities, and a captain.
Yeah.
Did that mean a lot to you?
Yeah, it really did. I mean, Like, I mean, homecoming, like, for us as football players, we don't really, like, enjoy, like, the festivities until we really win the game. When we win the game, it starts soaking in.
Yeah, you keep your eye on that prize. You got to stay focused. There's so many distractions throughout the week, and as a player, I know that those can be tough distractions, but I know you guys stay focused and were able to come away with a big victory. You play any other sports?
I do weightlifting.
And on the weightlifting team, I think in high school you have a bench press and a clean and jerk. What are your totals for those?
My bench press around like 235, and my clean and jerk is around 235 too, around there.
And have you put any? I guess in this year, as far as your school is concerned, have you been a pretty good student?
I have been a pretty good student.
What is your GPA?
My GPA is around a 3.0.
Have you put any thoughts into where you'd like to attend school next year?
Oh, yes, sir. I've thought about going to USF or UCF, one of the two of those colleges.
And UCF, or USF, I guess, when we just spoke with Adriel, he said that you guys went to camp there this year. Got a chance to check out the campus while you were there?
Yeah, we did. It's a nice campus. Really like that campus. I think I like that one better than I like the USF campus, but, gotta wait.
Any moments stick out to you as a football player for the Jackets over the past? You're a 3-year starter, and so there's quite a bit of time that you've spent out there playing. Any moments that stick out in your mind as a senior, kind of looking back at your home games, and anything that sticks out and jumps out at you as a memorable moment?
A memorable moment for me would probably be the South Sumter game last year. I don't know, it was just a tough game. Like, it was 13-6 game. Like, it was just a really tough, fight it out kind of game, and it wasn't a high-scoring game. That's what I like about it. It was just really tough it out game.
As a lineman, kind of down in the trenches, toughing it out, I can imagine you would like that. So, Chris, I appreciate it. You've been a pleasure to have on the show. Looking forward to you guys going out and getting a big final home victory for the seniors at H.O. Dabney Stadium. Good luck, and we look forward to recapping some pancake blocks for you next week.
All right.
All right, take care. All right, we're back with cornerback Jermaine Gadsden, number 5, standout cornerback for the Jackets. How you doing, Jermaine?
I'm doing good. You?
Good, doing great. We had a chance to interview you on the radio show earlier this year, and you did a heck of a job. I think it was after. Do you remember which game that was after?
Eastridge.
After the Eastridge game, heartbreaking loss we had there, but you had a heck of a game. Are you a 3-year starter on the football team?
3, yes, sir.
So you've been playing varsity football for 3 years.
Yes, sir.
And you're a senior this year.
Yes, sir.
And as a senior, being a 3-year starter, you've had a lot of memorable moments, I'm sure, on the football field, and you've had some great plays this year, in addition. But anything that stands out to you as a senior Yellow Jacket, your final home game, anything that stands out in your mind as to something that you'll probably never forget the rest of your life?
The game in St. Cloud a couple weeks ago in the homecoming game, and then the best part about it was everybody was having fun. Everybody was not pointing fingers and stuff. We was basically playing together. The enthusiasm was high, and everybody believed they were gonna win. And then we were doing our job, executing our plays and stuff, and it was a good game.
So the St. Cloud game stands out. That was a heck of a game. It was one where in the first half it was kind of slow. The first quarter or so it was kind of slow, but you guys ended up coming back. You and I were chatting a minute ago off camera, and you said something that was pretty interesting that I think would be interesting for the fans out there. You'd mentioned you actually have a football class at the high school. Can you tell us a little bit about the football class and kind of what you guys do there and how it leads into practice?
We have football classes. At first we do academic, and then so we don't have any missing homework, or we don't have grades go down, the GPA go forth. And then after the academic, it lead on to watching a film about how we did in the game, and then show us what we got to do or how we're gonna do this and stuff. And then after the film, we go lift weights, and then we lift weights, and then get stronger, faster, and stuff. And then after lifting weights, then we have to we just go back in the classroom, and that's when after school, and then we watch the film, or we go over the opponent team and then watch their video filmed, or how we're gonna execute that play and stuff. And therefore, and then we go out to practice.
That practice. So what's interesting is it starts with academics, though, right? Coach Trivers, I know, is big on that, and make sure you guys are getting done in the classroom, because if you're not getting done in the classroom, you're not going to be on the field. And you guys all know that and do a good job. I've enjoyed watching you play this year. I know you've had a couple of interceptions. I think in the Lake Minneola game, you had a huge punt block. I'm looking forward to seeing you and your family out there on the field for senior night so you can get recognized. Do you have any idea who's going to be representing you out on the field?
My mother and my dad, and my mother and my dad.
Mother and dad are both going to come, and you're a three sport athlete as well. You play football,
track, and track. Sometimes I do weightlifting, but then mostly be track.
Mostly track. Okay. Well, good deal. Well, Draymond, I appreciate you being on the show. It's the second time I've had the opportunity to interview you, and you've been a pleasure. You're a class act, and we look forward to you guys going out and getting a big victory this week. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we're back with Zach Farmer, center for the Yellow Jackets, senior. How you doing, Zach?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So you're a center, and you and I were chatting about all the stuff that goes on as a center. What do you like about playing center?
How sometimes either all the pressure is on you from the get-go, or right at the end of the play, the pressure is going to be on you to make sure the front pocket with their guards are set up. But it's how high intensity it is down there.
A lot going on, a lot of calls to make, and to make sure the rest of your guys are on the same page. You're a senior this year.
Mm-hmm.
Any moment this is your first year starting.
Mm-hmm.
Any moment from this season playing varsity football that sticks out to you as something that you think you're going to look back on years from now and think that was pretty neat?
Probably Eustis this year when we were down 21-0. Coach called in the first. Coach Travers called us all over to the bench. The whole offense told us keep our heads up and keep fighting, and it'll work out. And we stuck together as a team, fought through the rest of the game, ended up winning it. Yeah,
that was definitely a big game. I know I had an opportunity to call that with Billy Matthews on the radio, and the fans were starting to clear out, and they should have stayed because there was a lot more action left. And you guys actually came down, I think, 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, or close to that. Whatever it was definitely a big comeback, but you don't often see that many points made up in the fourth quarter. Your family owns a restaurant.
Yes, Pete's Diner out in Freeland Park.
And I thought that was pretty neat and pretty cool because I know that on at least some of the pregame meals, the entire, I guess you probably bring the food to the team, but your family actually feeds, and Pete's Diner actually feeds the team.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And I know that Coach Travers has ranted and raved, and he and I have had an opportunity to go there and grab some food, and it was fantastic. I hadn't been there until he had told me about it. So all the listeners out there, Pete's Diner, Fruitland Park, be there. And what's even more interesting is one time, at least when Coach Travers went, and he said that you were actually back behind the counter there cooking up the food.
Yeah, during football season, I only have one day to work there. That's on Sundays, but after football season, I'm usually there Saturday and Sunday working.
Working awake in the family business. That's pretty neat. Any plans for next year?
I think I'm going to do LSCC for 2 years to get my AA there and then transfer to UCF.
Any idea what you want to study?
I want to be a teacher, a history teacher, so childhood development I think is what it's under.
So to be a teacher and come back and maybe coach football. Have you ever put any thought into that?
Yeah, my dad was talking to me about that a couple days ago. If I wanted to do that, then there's different ways. Yeah,
that'd be great to have a guy like you a smart player. I know Coach Travers has emphasized that when he's talking about you. He says not only you're a great player, but you're a smart player. And to have somebody like you come back, and it seems like you'd be a perfect fit for doing something like that. Well, Zach, I appreciate you coming on the show. Look forward to you guys going out and getting a good victory this weekend. I also look forward, I'm going to try to catch you one day on a Sunday so you can do me up right and cook some of those pancakes there at Pete's Diner. But good luck this weekend and go get them, all right?
Thank you.
All right, take care. All right, Coach, this week the Jackets have senior night, Maynard Evans High School, final home game for the seniors out there. What can you tell us about Evans?
Well, Evans is an outstanding opponent. Last year we were 8-2. That was one of our losses. Evans is a district opponent. They're one of the top teams in Orlando. So we will definitely have our hands full, but this is a huge game. Our seniors know how important it is to them to finish their senior season with a win at home, but also for us to win this game and give ourselves a great shot to be a district title contender.
All right, Coach, we're looking forward to the game this weekend. I'd like to thank you and the players for coming out again. I'd like to let the viewers out there know we'll be back all this week, same time, same place. The show will continue to air 3 times daily. Next week we'll follow up with the highlights from the Evans High School game, and we look forward to having everybody come out and watch the game. Thanks. This program is made possible in part by a production grant from Phillips Buick GMC.
Want to save money servicing your vehicle? Visit Phillips Buick GMC, your Buick GMC certified service dealer. For oil changes, tire repairs, or maintenance, you get more than fast, reliable service. You get fair pricing and quality work done the first time by factory-trained technicians you can trust. And with 48 service bays, no appointments are necessary. Phillips Buick GMC, your Buick GMC certified service dealer, just south of the Villages.